One of the things I've been working on with Samba this week is trying to get a halt instead of just a stop. And to go, I ask her for move out. And on this particular day, we had done several iterations of that. And then I thought this was kind of interesting. It seems like she is discovering something on her own here. She starts going around in a little bitty circle, like she just discovered her natural circle all on her own. And I'm asking for a little bit of move out. I'm trying to be oh so subtle with her. Since you told me not to be harsh with her, not to be abrupt. And it's interesting, she just seems to be exploring this sensation that she's having here. And here I'm going to ask her to stop. She always has those feet so far apart when she stops. Ask her for a little move out. And we go. And the way I'm trying to get a halt from her is to straighten up, lift my upper body, kind of push my chest out a little bit, and then let go and sit back. See, I kind of poked my chest out there. And then release. And I hope that she takes a step or two forward and squares up. Now at this point she's not getting square. But that's what we're working on. And we're just doing a little bit of trotting here on a small circle. And she stopped herself basically, I guess because we had stopped in the same spot several times. When we come around that corner, she thinks she's supposed to stop again. So she does a couple steps of walk and then she stops. And all that's good, that's fine. Asking for a little move out here. And my hands on the reins are like holding two baby birds. It's that soft. Oh, this is an example of a straight line going across the diagonal. Just letting her do a, what did you call it? A working walk. And here we're going to come across in the opposite direction. After doing so much concentrated work on tiny circles, I just give her a break by letting her walk around on a fairly loose rein and walk in straight lines. Going to ask for stop again. She always stops with her feet so far apart. And I'm looking down, I'm trying to figure out where her feet are. I can't tell if she's square or not. All right, I'm going to ask for a little move out here. And we go. Another stop. At least her feet are a little closer together that time. Not quite square, but not so splayed out. Now here we're starting to work on changes of bend. So I pause there in the middle and ask her to change bend. There, we're going to change. That wasn't too bad. She wasn't real round, but at least she didn't throw her head up, which sometimes she does. Stop there, and I'm going to ask her for just a little move out. Got another stop here. Her feet are a little bit closer together. I think I gave her a static shock there. That's why she jumped. Okay, another stop. And she's getting a couple extra steps in. again, I'm trying to see her feet and see where, see if she stopped square, which she did not. Okay, we're changing bend here. That wasn't too bad. She stayed a little rounder than she normally does. And we're going to change again. Yeah, not too bad. I reread your chapter on changing bend through the circle. Releasing the reins for a second, for one stride. That is everything. I didn't know that. Because I noticed what I've been doing is just raising my hands, which of course makes her throw her head up. Here's the last example of stop, and she is getting a little better because as she's stopping, she takes a step or two forward going. Now I just have to acknowledge how great Prairie is doing. I used to think of him as an obnoxious bully that never listened to me, that wasn't very smart, and I've had a total change of attitude about him, and he has had a total change of attitude about me. I realized that he probably thought of me as an obnoxious bully that never listened and wasn't very smart. And once I changed my thoughts about him, it's just like Wayne Dyer said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. He's a much happier horse, and I am happier too. So we're going to attempt another beautiful halt. I'm just sitting up. Well, he did stop, so that was pretty good. It wasn't quite a halt. And now I'm going to try to ask for a little move out, where he lowers his head and bends. I'm trying to organize my own body. It's kind of hard to get that squish while also turning my belly button to the outside. I'm asking him to stop and he's not stopping, so I kind of give him a jerk on the reins to get his attention. And he was a lot nicer after that. He did a nice move out. Okay, so we're doing circles to the right here. This is his good side. He doesn't fall in or fall out. He pretty much goes where I tell him. Another halt. That was a halt because he kept going and stopped square. And I'm asking for move out. Each time he does it correctly, I'll reach down, give him a little pat. I don't know what's going on with his tail there. He kind of flops his tail around. It's got to be like a fly or a yellow jacket or something. Because otherwise he's got no reason to be upset with me. I'm asking for halt. Sitting up, sitting up, sitting up. There, he finally stops, halfway out of the frame. And we're going to come around here. I'm going to stop him again. And here you can really see how I'm struggling with the aids for move out now to go. I'm trying to weight my outside seat bone a little bit. He's a little confused, like, what are you doing? But he finally gets it. We're doing a circle to the left, and that is always a challenge for Prairie. He can do the little tiny circles pretty obediently, but it's these larger circles that he seems to have a problem with. Now I notice he keeps falling out right here in the same spot. So here I stop him, I ask him for a step of turn in. Whoa, then there he goes again. He's starting to fall out again. So I stop him, give him a step of turn in. And I'm asking for a move out there. So he's doing pretty well here. He's got a bend through his body. Not much of a bend, and he doesn't need a whole lot. Now he's going on another tangent, and I'm trying to give him turn in. I eventually just let him stop, and I'm still asking for turn in, and he does it. So we're heading to the same spot where he always falls out, and there he goes. He steps out of the frame almost, but I stop him, give him a step of turn in. Pat, pat, pat. Yes, that was good. You did the right thing there. Now I'm going to get organized again here. And I'm going to ask him for move out to go. And he's a little uncertain, but yes, he does it. Now I'm trying to get the little squish, as you called it, with my outside butt cheek. And it's a little challenging for me. I'm still kind of overdoing it. Okay, here Prairie kind of got caught in the gravitational pull of the fence. And I couldn't get him away from it. So when I did get him away, I turned him in a small circle to get him bending again nicely. And now we're going to try to approach that bucket again and get our circle organized around the bucket. He's doing a little move out here and a halt. Now he kind of gets locked onto something outside the arena here. Yeah, there you go. I was massaging that inside rein, trying to get him to come back to me. And he didn't fall out there along the side where he always falls out. I was very happy with him here because he's starting to understand what I'm trying to tell him. We're doing a nice wide circle to the left. I'm asking him for some bend here and there. And we're going to the left, and you'll notice he's not falling in and twirling around the bucket. That's usually what he does. But not now. Yeah, he started to fall out there a little bit. And I gave him some turn in, and he kind of did an acute turn in from a stop. That's all right. We're still going. He's doing great. I'm very happy with him. Ask him to stop, and he stops square. And he's not a red-haired stepchild anymore.